Welcome once again to this lovely day of life, living on this earth and being able to think and question life all around us. The last two videos that I done earlier, they were to do with the purpose of life and for man to think and to realize the wonders of this life that we live in. We went through certain concepts in a very simple way for everyone to understand and try to think. So let's just recap what we were talking about. We need to understand where do you come from, why are you here, and where are you going. We realized that there is a creator because the question was chucked at you. It was chucked at you. You are either a creator or you were created, and we know that man cannot create anything. He will fail miserably, so there's only one left. You were created. Now you know you're created. The next thing you need to know is how to get to know this creator. Now, in a world where people believe a creator has different forms, and people say this creator has different understandings about him, some say he's a man, some say he's an idol, and some say he is so unique that he has no form or shape because man has not seen their creator. So what we need to do first and foremost, because I'm a Muslim and I'm making the claim that we believe in the oneness of God, I'm going to take you through some information to tell you exactly who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, is. And just for you to just to let you know what Allah means, Allah, if we see the word A-L-L-A-H, Allah, okay, so let's separate it. A-L, then L-A-H. So A-L is the, if we translate it, and L-A-H is God. So if we put them together, the God. Okay, so now you know when I say Allah, I'm talking about the God. I'm not talking about a moon god. No, I'm not doing this. I'm talking about the one who created the moon, subhanallah, and everything in this universe. So first and foremost, I'm going to go through some technical information about who this creator is, and this is the concept of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the words of Quran, and we'll go through certain questions that man may think about or certain things that may come to mind, inshallah. First and foremost, let's give you some information about Allah, the God. Allah is the personal name of the creator, the one true God who exists by himself and whose most beautiful names describe his divine attributes. In the context of the Quran, in Surah 59 verse 22 to 24, sums up the greater attributes of Allah, which give mankind a fundamental basis on which they can form a concept of Allah. We read, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, He is Allah, beside whom none has the right to be worshipped but He, the all-knower of the unseen and the seen. He is the most gracious, the most merciful. He is Allah, beside whom none has the right to be worshipped but He, the King, the Holy, the source of peace, the guardian of faith, the preserver of safety, the Almighty, the compeller, the supreme. Glory be to Allah. High is He above all that they associate partners with Him. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, is unique. This creator that we ask man to think and realize, because we found out that man was created. So the Quran is the autobiography of the creator. If you want to know who your creator is, then the best thing one needs to require, like anything in life, is you need to have knowledge. You need to have knowledge of your creator. If you have no knowledge of your creator, how are you going to know who he is? So sorry, the next thing we will say, He is Allah, the creator, the inventor of all things, the bestower of all forms. To Him belongs the most beautiful names, and all that is in the heavens and the earth glorify Him, and He is the Almighty, the All-Wise. So this creator has to be unique. Sorry. This creator has to be unique. This creator has to be perfect. This creator has to be self-sustaining. And this creator is not like his creation. He doesn't look like his creation because no one has ever seen him. So how could you know what he looks like? And if we see anything or anybody who makes the claim they have seen the creator, in Islam, one thing we are always given is that we haven't seen our creator, because man is weak, and because if man in this day and age can worship, yes, worship personalities, what do they call it, pop idols, people can worship film stars, people can worship football stars, then eventually if they were shown a so-called God that had a shape, they will start worshipping it. But in Islam we have no form, no shape, and we do not worship Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. We don't call ourselves Muhammadans, we call ourselves Muslims. So in Islam we have no shape, because from a lovely verse of the Quran where God says in Arabic, I'll give you the medicine and then I'll tell you in English. We say A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahus samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad, which means, say, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace and blessings of God be upon him, he is Allah the One, Allah the self-sufficient Master, whom all creation needs. He begets not, nor was he begotten, and there is none co-equal or comparable unto him. This gives you a description of your creator, of the creator. When people say it's not my creator, then the challenge is there. The challenge is there for mankind, and it's been there for 1400 years. We go back and we tell you a little bit about this creator. Allah is the first, before whom there is none, the last, whom there is none, the most high, above whom there is none, the eternal, near, whom there is none, the knower of all things. In the Quran it states in Surah 57 verse 3, He is Allah, the first, nothing is before him, the last, nothing is after him, the most high, nothing is above him, the most near, nothing is nearer than him, and he has full knowledge of all things. So this creator, who is perfect in his might and his names and attributes, where man needs to contemplate and he needs to look at this creation and he needs to ask himself a question: whoever built this creation that we live in, this big classroom, must have so much knowledge, must be perfect in knowledge, must have wisdom, must have so much wisdom, and he is self-sustaining. And ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee if you read about what Islam says about the creator, it would surely change your mind. It would surely open up many roads for you to ask questions, and you will find that the questions will be answered in the proper manner. It would coincide with what you feel inside. For an example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, is the one in essence that he is unique, and there is nothing like him anywhere where which he could be compared to. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, is not a father, and he does not have children. God Almighty is eternal, and he never dies, the guide and the protector to whom everyone calls when they are in despair or need help. Allah, God Almighty himself, in the form of a short surah, what we just said, say he is Allah the One, Allah the self-sufficient Master, whom all creation needs. He begets not, nor was he begotten, and there is none co-equal